If you've been on the fence about holding on to your XLM bag, or if you're sitting there wondering, should I buy more? Should I sell and cut my losses? This is going to be the most important video you watch this entire year. It's the biggest XLM update we've done on this channel. And I think by the end of the video, if you stick around, you'll have that question answered. Now, if you're a complete XLM fan and you're like, you know what, I don't care, nothing can waver my support, you're still going to want to watch this video. It'll get you more excited. Maybe add to your XLM bag. Let's start with here, posted by Matt Kreiser. Some stats and facts, right? We pop the hood of the car, we open that thing up, we hook up our diagnostics, and we take a look. What's under the hood, right? Let's take a look at some of the numbers here, okay? Because narratives are not driven by numbers. Narratives are driven by hype and speculation. Numbers are numbers. Stellar Org Financial Ecosystem Update, okay? Here is a visualization of their market cap in terms of stablecoins. On Stellar, you can see up 53% year over year, up to $243.6 million. In 2025, the market cap of RWAs on Stellar increased almost 200%, from 300 million to almost 900 million, driven primarily by the issuance of new assets such as treasuries from Spico Finance and real estate from Red Swan Digital, alongside the growth of FTDA US and their government money fund. This is from Fidelity and Etherfuse's government debt offering, as you can see here. Now, a lot of people, obviously, payments and stablecoins are the big XLM niche narrative. People always forget about RWAs, which I think is going to catch a massive bid over the next few months. And then moving on, Matt continues. Stellar is realizing increased DeFi composability, thereby achieving greater capital efficiency in DeFi TVL. As more protocols are launched and issued, assets are adopted on the network. DeFi total value locked on Stellar increased 284% in 2025, from $44.9 to $172.5 million. Now, we've talked about three scenarios or three sectors and segments that it's grown in. All three are very important, and all three have seen more than 2x growth. Think about 2025, especially towards the tail end of the year, how many projects are struggling? There's some projects that are sitting at a flat line in terms of revenue. These are top layer ones. But XLM, project that doesn't seem to grab a lot of attention, fundamentally looks extremely strong. And so shout out to that team, man. And then finally, actually, I don't think I want to read this. So shout out to Matt Kreiser. If you want to follow him, this is a pretty good in-depth. This is his X handle if you want to go follow him. He's a research manager at Masari Crypto. Now, as far as some partnerships, KTB stable bonds are live on Stellar in partnership with Shinhan Securities. Stellar is looking to bring, via Etherfuse, bring Korean government bonds on chain, enabling compliant settlement, cross-border efficiency, and transparent institutional access across the entire continent of Asia. Silently moving in the background, right? Next up, in the Marshall Islands, Stellar powered the first ever on-chain universal basic income disbursement. Now, I'm not a fan of universal basic income. I don't know if you are or not. Doesn't matter. Just like CBDCs, I'm not a fan. But at the end of the day, there's going to be some countries that adopted. Hell, maybe even the United States adopted at some point. No, we'll go down kicking and screaming. But this is a great case study for other countries, other nations. Maybe there's states in the U.S. or smaller countries in Europe that decide to roll this out. If they do, they can point to one project and say, wow, there was a case study done on that one. And that would be Stellar. Delivering the first blockchain-powered instance of nationwide universal basic income is what the Stellar network was built to power. And then moving on, we have this as well. Well, this is a little bit more in-depth about this universal basic income. The SDF issued a multi-million-dollar grant for the development of USDM1, which is the program here with the Marshall Islands. The RMI is digitally issued and fully collateralized sovereign bond, which is dispersed as part of the world's first nationwide universal basic income program. Instead of relying on periodic cash deliveries via official support transport vessels, eligible Marshallese will be able to access funds directly through Lomalo, an app powered by Crossmint wallets on Stellar built specifically for the RMI. Okay. So hopefully this goes well, and that'll set the tone and that'll kind of set the stage for Stellar. If other projects are doing the same or other nation states decide to go into the world of UBI, Stellar should be at the front and center. And this one as well, interoperability is the foundation of frictionless asset movement together with MIT. And I was like, wait, is this like the actual MIT? Like where all the smart people go, where Michael Saylor graduated from? Yes, it is. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I think this is like the world's top tech school. So, well, guess what? They're working with Stellar. They're establishing industry standards for interoperability. Okay. Not much else on that. And the last thing I'll finish on is this. Today, there's a big vote. X-ray. Now, we know privacy and ZK have been a massive narrative over the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months. Zcash, Dash, Railgun. I mean, you name it. Midnight. Privacy has exploded. ZK has exploded. Everyone at some point is realizing we need an element of privacy. And guess what? It's coming to Stellar. Take a look at this from stellar.org. This is their X-ray proposal. This upgrade begins laying the groundwork for developers to build configurable, compliance-forward privacy applications using zero-knowledge cryptography without compromising the transparency that defines Stellar. Interesting to see how that's going to work out because they kind of like are going against each other. They clash, right? Compliance and transparency and then privacy. Transparency and privacy are 2 different words. Anyways. They're focusing on their long-term privacy strategy. That's what X-ray is going to be. And a core pillar of that strategy is commitment to invest in critical privacy infrastructure and build the foundational cryptographic capabilities developers need before higher-level privacy solutions can exist. So, with all that being said, in the new age of cryptocurrency and altcoins, where hype no longer gets you a 2 or 3x, where speculation alone doesn't get you to retirement, where people piling in for no reason, but wow, this has got a cool name, or oh my God, the logo is really cool. Those days are over. The new day of crypto, which is what do you have now? What is working now? And are people using it now? And I can argue that Stellar is one of a very small handful of altcoins that check those boxes. The product is here now. The customers are here now. And everything I just laid out, the customers are using it. Now, the question then becomes, can they continue to build on that? And can they continue to grab market share away from their competitors, not just in crypto, but in Web 2 as well? My bet is yes, which is why after myself putting this video together, I gave myself some FOMO. So actually, right after the video's over, I'm going to go and buy some XLM. Let me know if you are too in the comment section and come check out our live show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Till the next one.